What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
This is not another damn podcast presented by our damn selves. 176. You know how we shout out Jazz creator of J-Scope, first fitness belt that covers the entire midsection and provides 100% comfort during your workouts. Get you a J-Scope, ladies. Hey. 2021 will be here before you know it. It's almost the holiday season. Black Friday will be here before you know it. How crazy is that? Yeah.
My face just went because it don't seem like this year is like almost over because we've been confined to the home for like all of 2020 pretty much. So
that's because this year has been trash. So
yeah,
got to get myself right because we're doing this for the YouTube. That's right. Yeah. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Get myself positioned right. Yeah. I'm like, cut my head off right there.
Really move it back a little.
See all that bald ass head. And why you mad, bro? I gotta show it all off.
Yeah. Mad, bro?
Yeah. But before we go any further, I gotta kick it off on a serious note. Rest in peace to my friend of mine, Tracy. You remember from Robert A. Black? She was in my class. Tracy Walker. She lost her husband, Roderick.
Oh.
Yeah. So I think it was cancer. So everybody keep Tracy in your thoughts and prayers. She's in a bad place right now. So I just had to put that out there. So rest in peace, Roderick Walker. Yes.
Oh. Yeah, prayers with her and her family during this time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but hate to kick things off on a downer. It's just, yeah.
But I mean, I get it because it's like you want to make sure that, you send that love.
That one hit close to home because just like Chadwick, like, yeah, he's a young guy. Like, yeah, to die of cancer, like, and you like in your 40s, it's like that.
Yeah.
That makes reality for me because, like, I'm like that age. So, yeah, that those ones hit differently. And the fact that and I've known her since I was like, we're like 6 or whatever, like known her since like we're like around our daughter Ariana's age. We've known each other since we were like early grammar school.
Right.
And she lost her husband. So just everybody keep Tracy in your thoughts and prayers. But where do we start after this? Since we get all the sad shit out of the way, rest in peace, Eddie Van Halen. Another one lost cancer as well too. Yeah, 65, I believe.
66, yeah.
66. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
He, was the lead band. Well, he was the founder of the famous Van Halen. Those of hair band from the 80s. Those that aren't old. Yeah. Dun 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 dun. The jump, y'all know that record.
Yeah, you see me dancing with my shoulders.
Yeah.
And then he was.
I'm gonna say for those for those that look more like us, you might know us from Michael Jackson's "Beat It," the solo.
Yeah. Yeah, and then when he did the crazy guitar solo, that was Eddie Van Halen.
The knife fight, the scene during the knife fight, the guitar solo. That is Eddie Van Halen. Yeah, the guitar solo you hear on that. Yeah, that's Eddie Van Halen doing that solo on Michael Jackson's "Beat It."
And then
I just asked him to do that shit. That's what it was like, because Michael was like, 83, like 82, 83. Michael was like the biggest star in the world,
right?
And like Van Halen was one of the biggest bands. He said, "Hey, come do my record." And
right? Come on.
He just asked him. He said, "Hey, come do my record." Yeah, Mike. So now I'm sure they up there jamming to "Beat It" right now together.
Right. And then also,
welcome Eddie. Yeah, let's do a jam session right now. Let's jam.
Okay,
jamming to "Beat It."
And then "Jam" was a Michael Jackson song. Jam.
Shout out to Teddy Riley, produced that one. Yeah, so shout out to Teddy. It's a Teddy joint.
But and another one about Van Halen, when Marty McFly from Back to the Future,
he was gonna melt George McFly's brain.
He scrambled his brain. Yeah.
Van Halen. You look at the tape when he puts it in the Walkman. It says
Van Halen.
Yeah, he puts it in.
And he puts in the Walkman, and then he is Darth Vader from the planet Vulcan.
So the sound that Marty threatened to melt George's brain to with, that's Van Halen. That's Eddie Van Halen. And that's actually Eddie Van Halen's riff. So yeah, he actually played it especially for the movie.
So they should just play something. They said just play something. He just played that. That's what
it's not fake. Yeah, Van Halen actually said this place to just do some guitar riffs.
Some riffs.
See, we're doing.
Because that would scare. If you think about,
ask Eddie Van Halen, say, "Hey, do this for the movie." Yes.
That would scare the shit out of you if you were in 1955 and you just heard.
You don't know what that shit is.
Yeah, that would scare you. That would scare the shit out of you.
Dance like everybody was looking at Marty when he went into Van Halen mode. Yeah. Like, I was like, he did some Van Halen mode when he like jumped and like he was on the ground, like he was doing all the famous guitars.
Jimi Hendrix, he did.
Yeah, he did Jimmy, he did Van Halen, he was like a bunch of them.
Of course, he did Chuck Berry with the duck walk.
The first one, yeah, with the
duck walk. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was like he was just like imitating like a bunch of famous guitarists in that scene. Like in Van Halen is one of them he imitates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was going crazy with it.
But that one hit. Yeah, that hit. Yeah, because I grew up in that era. Yeah,
right.
We were products of the '80s. So
80s.
I remember watching MTV and watching Van Halen. Like he did Jump and Panama, and like I remember those hits, like those early MTV when MTV actually was music videos. That's what the M stood music television. That's the M stands
music for. Television you control.
Well, that's the box.
That was the box. That was the box. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same era. Yeah. Box. Box. Yeah, but it works though. Yeah. Box came a little bit after MTV.
Yeah.
Same era. I think the box started like in the late '80s. I want to say.
Right.
We ran to like the late '90s or something like that.
But MTV was I used to like the who was that? Kurt Loder or whatever for MTV News or whatever. Yeah, I used to like when the MTV News thing would come up and they would.
My girl was Downtown Julie Brown. Downtown Julie Brown. That was my girl. The early VJs from MTV.
Carson Daly, TRL.
Yeah, TRL ran during MTV, like around us during the same time when 106 in Park was on.
Right, like late '90s / millennium around that time.
Shout out homegirl Roxy and Terrence.
Jay.
Yes, they are. Roxy and Terrence. Roxy and Terrence were Free and AJ. Let's go. Let's go.
It's two different eras. Like, I mean,
bias. I gotta go with Roxy just because I know her. But yeah, Free and AJ were the original. So
the OGs.
And it was similar too, because people said that AJ was a cornball. They said Terrence was a cornball. Like both guys, like people called them cornballs. It's like funny. It's like very similar. Those both chicks, like the guys, like said they were hot, like in their way, like Free, like Eric, who didn't want Free, like when she came. Well, yeah. Free, like in a nice pair of jeans, who didn't want Free back in her And Roxy came like, well, I don't Roxy just like little sis. I look at Rox like you kind of look at her like I know like looked at Roxy like, yeah, mommy, mommy.
He was like, that's Roxy. Like, I can't look at her like
that's all those like, this is Roxy. Right. Come on, yeah. Roxy, okay. Yeah. But that's one 106 in Park was low-key lit. Like it's one of those shows you didn't appreciate until it was gone. When it was on, people like kind of mocked it, and now you look back, it's like this show's pretty good actually.
Then when Bow Wow took it over, it was like
when it went off the cliff when Bow Wow and he had like 6 other people. It was like Bow Wow and like 5 others. It just wasn't good. That era was when it got. Then it had like Angela Simmons on there. Some others. This got really stupid near the end. It's like. It's just wasn't that around time when Bow Wow and Angela hooked up? Probably, I think.
Oh, probably. He told all the business. He kissed and tailed.
He said whose mouth game was better, Sierra or Angela. He actually said, "Like, come on, we don't do that yet."
Right, like you kissing and telling.
Yeah, the homies don't do that. Like Superhead, women doing that is one thing, but fellas, we don't do that. Like, I'm not talking about that. It's not how fellas feel.
He's the one who used a stock photo to say he was on a private jet and then wasn't on the private jet. So, I mean, he's a goofy anyway. So.
But, yeah, that's, forever. Free had her scandals, too. That's but, like, her and Jay allegedly smashed. Like, yeah, I still don't know if that's true. I think Jay-Z hit that. For Free, I only probably forgot about that scandal.
I forgot about that. That's why I'm looking
Free. Yeah, like it was during the early days of 106 in Park, like her and Jay-Z and Roxy has been linked to numerous celebrities. Tyrese is like, I got I'm not telling that story. The Tyrese story, that's hilarious. I'm not telling it though. Yeah.
Let's not tell the story about let's not tell it to the Beehive though, because like they'll come and they'll just start attacking Free again. Like
Jesus, before Jay-Z and Beyonce probably hadn't even met yet. It's
right.
It's like the early 2000s. It's like when the Blueprint was out, like when Beyonce was still in Destiny's Child. It was like during that.
But so they, you know how they be. You try to get on Jay-Z. It's like he wasn't with Beyonce then.
Yeah, that was 20 years ago when he and Free were linked.
Okay, but go off. Let me say, go off. Go off.
It's back just during the time when Jay-Z was talking shit about Beyonce. He was like, get your independent ass out of here. Probably during that time when he was messing with Free. It was probably during that era. Allegedly messing with Free. I'm like, gotta put that on there allegedly because I don't know 100%.
I just remember her scandal being that she was older than what she claimed. That was like when I remember.
Yeah,
she
was like 50 now.
She was like 36, and then she was like saying she was 25, and then I know that was like a scandal because she did look young for her age. She did look younger. So I mean.
Because like they did the first 5 years. Let's just do a history lesson. It's our podcast here. All first right. 5 years of 106 in Park from 2000 to 2005 was Free and AJ.
Right.
A lot of people say it was the best era. It all depends on which era you prefer. Yeah. And then their contracts just came up. It was a money thing. It wasn't Free
right, it was money,
or AJ being a cornball. It was just like money. Like that's how shit happens. Like yeah. Their contracts were up. They probably asked for more money. BET wasn't giving it, so they let them walk. That's all that was. Mm-hmm. So then they brought in two other, not MTV, two other BET personalities that were like from other shows. They had Tigger and Jaleesa, like who did the show maybe a year. They weren't there long at all.
Yeah.
Brought Big Tigger and Jaleesa, like 06 was mostly their era because Tigger was from the basement.
I used to like watching her.
I forgot what show she came from, but like
I forgot what show she was on too. But I remember Jaleesa.
Yeah, they just brought the two of them over and then they had the little reality show, the BET New Faces, which like after people I know like auditioned for that. Obviously, Roxy was the only one that got the job, but yeah, I'm not gonna say some of the names, but like some of them cats were like horrible and that with you. I didn't even go, but probably because I really sucked during that time. It's like, I didn't even go to that audition. I probably didn't.
I get why people win.
I was broke too. I didn't have like a fit like toward it. So yeah.
I get why people go and do stuff.
I would have to show up with this and say, yeah. I probably should have went, but at the time, I didn't even have my own radio show. I had a weekend show. I wasn't even a full-time job yet, so I didn't have the confidence to go down there for that audition. Had it been like 2010, 11, 12, I probably would have went. Mm-hmm. But like, or like even 08, I was confident by then. 08, I'd have went to the audition. 06, not so much. I was like, I suck. I'm not going to that. And then and I saw some of the audition tapes. So I was like, yeah, I'm glad I did because like they suck too. You probably know who I'm talking about. Somebody.
Yeah. I get why
I'm talking about, man. Some of the people.
I get why people go because it's like you just never know.
Like Roxy went, and another one who did she went down there to and audition Kendra G, and just proving that she is like a strong person now. And she was one of the better auditions that someone they showed audition. Kendra G went an audition. She picked like Roxy ended up, and then they picked like 5 or 6 finalists. It was like Roxy, Terrence, and like 4 others. I forget how many.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Reality show, BET New Faces. We did a whole watch party and everything. That's all we knew Roxy had won. Like, why'd you have a watch party if you got eliminated? It's because she couldn't say it, but she was like,
right.
So we all figuring it out. I was like, you won. Like, you're the new host of BET 106 in Park. She was like, I can't say. I was like, why would you? You wouldn't have a watch party to see you lose.
Right.
I'm not doing. If I lost, like I'm not. I'd be like, check me out on there, and I'm not going to host a watch party.
Nah.
Wasn't all of that shit to it. It's like, we're like, yeah, you just say it. You won, Roxy. Just tell us. She was like, just you gotta wait and see. It's like, yeah, you won. We know you won.
They can't say anything until it's actually revealed because obviously these shows are taken months in advance. So.
Yeah. And they make you sign the non-disclosure.
And then when it's a big reveal, then it's like,
when the reveal is like, okay, we have our new two new hosts here, Terrence J and Roxy. We're like, yeah, we all probably lifted it up on our shoulders like that.
High five. You high five, dude.
And then for a little while, Roxy was doing 106 in Park and Power at the same time, which like was super hectic. Like I know, just doing the shit I do, I can't imagine like you got to do the radio show and be on TV like all in the same, because that show came on 5 days a week. 106 in Park.
Yeah, it did.
And it aired live, I believe. I think it was live. I don't think it was taped. I think the show aired live at like 5 o'clock our time. It would have been 6 o'clock New York time. Whoa. So she was doing all of that every day. So like for about a year, and then she just left and did 106. Yeah, but that's my little journey part of it. Why I didn't need to go, why I wasn't on the audition, because my confidence wasn't there yet in 2006.
I do like
it would have been in 2008. I would have been super confident by then.
I do like the history lessons. I do.
How did we even get here? We got here talking about Van Halen. Like that shows you, we go on tangents.
Well, like you said, it's our damn podcast.
Well, let's stay on some fuck shit. Let's laugh a little.
Shit.
Tory Lanez. You want to talk about this idiot? He's formally charged. I want to get his charges. Let me pull it up.
This since we got visual now. These are the faces that you missed me making when we didn't have our video. Like I make a lot of crazy faces, so this is the face I'm going to give him.
Yeah.
Just why? Why?
I'm gonna read the story right here, direct from Associated Press. I got it here. LA prosecutors charged rapper Tory Lanez with the shooting of Meg Thee Stallion during an argument earlier this year. That was July 12th. Y'all remember that?
Right.
He's accused of shooting at her feet after she got out of the car. It said he faces 2 felony charges. One is assault with a semi-automatic firearm. Another is carry a loaded, unregistered firearm in the vehicle. So here you have it wasn't even licensed to carry, first of all. Like, so you shouldn't even had the gun, and then definitely don't need to be shooting at it. Nobody. And he wasn't even registered to have the fucking gun in a bit to begin with. And it says, if convicted, he faces a maximum sentence of 23 years in jail.
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, he's 27. He could be going away a long time. Yeah.
I think he's going to plead. He's going to do the rich people thing. He's going to plead and then take like
maybe
he's going to get probation.
5 years or less, and then with some probation. I think he's going to get some jail time. He did shoot her, but like it's going to be less than 5. Let's say maybe.
Yeah, he's going to get provoked. He's going to get probation definitely, and then he's probably going to.
He probably, let's say 10 years probation, and he actually do like 3 years behind bars. It might be something.
Yeah, like 2 years behind bars, 10
but
years.
He'll still be like 30 when he gets out because he's 27 now. He'll still be pretty young. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he'll probably get pay the fine.
Yeah. Oh, and the first thing he do, definitely send his ass back to Canada, deport him and shit. Be in the States no more. That's the first thing I make that part of the probation. Like if you come back to the States, you got to serve your full jail sentence. I give him probation. I wouldn't even give him jail time. You got to leave. You got to move back to Canada permanently. If you set foot in the United States, you're doing the full 23. I do that shit. Don't let me be the prosecutor. Send his ass back to Canada.
I didn't know he was Canadian. I didn't know that.
Of course, well, yeah, he's goddamn. Now I'm gonna shit on the whole country. Yeah, Canada is not in our top 10 when I look at the numbers because like I check out the numbers of people that listen to other. We have listeners of shout out Dublin, Ireland.
Hey, Dublin.
We got regulars in Dublin. We got regulars in Canada, so we can shit on them.
We mess with the Dublin. We mess with them. We mess with y'all. Yeah.
I do check out where they, because I can see who's listening from where. Definitely got regulars in Dublin every week. Somebody from Dublin, Ireland is listening to this podcast. So
nice. Thank you so much.
Might even celebrate St. Patrick's Day next week. Of our Dublin listeners.
We got some Irish down the family line, by the family tree. We got a little Irish.
Down the family tree. Yeah.
Way down.
Way down.
We got a little bit down the line. Little bit.
A smidge much Irish.
Yeah. We got that much Irish down the line. Down the line, but it's there.
Oh, you have to ask what you think about this clown shit. Yeah, it's like, well, you say you probably think he takes a deal, minimal jail time. Let's say,
he's going to
take 2 years. I think he's going.
He's probably going to get like 2 years maybe, and then he'll get probation. and then he'll pay a fine, and that's what it is.
Deported. That's what I would fight for more than anything. Deport that his ass.
This is so good. Like, you shot this girl, and then like the way he's acting, like
he made a whole fucking album about it. And to me, that's why they think that the charges came about, because everybody kept wondering, it was like, what are the charges? That was July. But I know it's like the law moves slow. It's not like Law and Order. It was like the next doom doom, the next scene they in jail. It's like shit moves slow in real life. Like that was July when he allegedly shot her, and this October.
Right, months later.
But to me, it probably when they heard that, I was okay. We got to get this motherfucker.
My thing is
nothing. The album is what. If I'm the prosecutor and I hear that album, I'm like, okay, that's enough.
And this is where I go with this. My thing is, did you not learn from OJ if I did it? Did you not learn from OJ? He wrote a whole book.
Had a television special, that we finally saw years later. Remember, because they were supposed to air it then on Fox, and then like it was way.
And it caught so much hell.
They had to shelf that, and then like 10 years later, said, "Remember that OJ Simpson TV special? Well, here it is." Like
I remember
recorded 10 years ago. Here it is.
And I remember on the trailer for it, and then this made my skin crawl even back then. In the trailer, he said, "I've never seen so much blood," and I was like, "What the fuck? Like, what is this?" I was like, "This man is literally confessing. What is going on?" Like, I jumped out of my skin. I was like, if you're still defending him, come on now. Come on.
When, even the most hardcore OJ defenders are like, all right, enough. Man, they're like, okay, that's
so much.
That's pretty much, and everybody turned on OJ. It's like, okay, that's enough.
And then you wrote a book about it. It's just, oh my gosh, like this is. I mean, Confessions, like you going like that should have been the name of Tory Lanez album. He should have named his album Confessions. I'm like Usher. That's what should have been Confessions by Tory Lanez.
You should have sampled Usher's Confessions, man. That's why I'm producer. You see this? Yeah, that's why I'm producer. God damn it, yeah. You should have sampled Usher's Confessions. Yeah.
Hey, we could be a combo. You produce, I do PR, because I can do some PR. We need to combo that on people. Because that's why
that album was ridiculous. Like, shout out to homie Mike Jones and banging on the lunch tables. He talked about. I'm giving him credit. I don't like stealing people's stuff without giving him.
Yeah, we don't steal. We don't play around.
He actually said, it'd be the equivalent of if Chris Brown put out an album after he whipped Rihanna's ass back then. It's the equivalent of that shit. Yeah,
Chris Brown's greatest hits.
Yeah, exactly.
Greatest hits by Chris Brown. Yeah.
Well, I said like if you call the album like "Get These Hands" or something like that. Like Chris Brown. It's like, come on. And Chris didn't do that. He like avoided that shit like the play. Yeah, but it'd be like if he did that.
You saw what he did? Chris Brown went on Larry King with his bow tie and his glasses. He had like his little
with his mother with him too, I think.
He had his mama, and then he had on a swear vest, and he had like a bow tie. He had some glasses on. I know you've seen that meme of Will Smith where he's like this with the glasses. You've seen that meme of it. Yeah. That's how Chris Brown looked. He looked like Will Smith on that meme. He's like, that's how he looked with his glasses and stuff.
Will Smith meme that counts now is the entanglement.
Yeah.
Entanglement.
Yes, that's what I said. An entanglement. Like, I liked his voice, the way he said, like, bitch, please. Like, that's what I heard, bitch, please. Entanglement. The way he said it was funny, but they could have kept that Bad Marriage for Life. They could have kept that joke.
Bad Marriage for Life.
They could have kept that shit. I was like, I don't want Bad Marriage for Life. I'll pass on that.
We talked about Chris Brown and we talked about Rihanna a little bit. Let's talk about another one of Rihanna's exes, Drake. He was talking a little bit in a new song. He's on the new I can't think of the name of the fucking project now. See, that shows you why I should take better notes. Shows we don't plan this podcast. We just kind of go for it and shit. Yeah,
Go off the fly.
I just drew a blank. Like, what was the fucking album and shit? Yeah, but
I know about.
Not 21 Savage. Yeah, 21 in Metro.
Oh,
okay. I was like, yeah, I knew it was like, yeah, that's the deal on the 21 in Metro album. Drake has a verse on one of the notes on there. And he mentions that he dated one of my favorite current artists, the lovely SZA and shit. Yeah, they dated like way back when and shit. Yeah, and she she actually came out and confirmed. She was like, "Yeah, that was a lifetime ago." Yeah,
she's like, "Yeah."
She was like, yeah, that was a long time.
That was like some high school shit that we did. That was like high school.
It was right after high school. She said that his timeline did because he said he dated her in 08, but she would have been underage. And she's like, it was 09 actually, so that would have made her 18. She was like, yeah, it was young. It was a long time ago. Just like
like some some Saved by the Bell, Kelly and
Zach. Let's go.
Like that, some Kelly and Zach shit. Yeah.
Drake got a pretty damn impressive list. I got to give. So there's a Canadian I actually like right there. I'm shitting all over Canada for some, and I don't even hate Canada. But
I personally like Terrence and Phillip from South Park. I like them, so
I don't like Tory Lanez though. But Drake, yeah, okay. Rihanna, SZA, Serena Williams, Takara, Melissa Ford. It's a pretty badass list like this. And I'm sure there's others I forgot about.
His baby mama, his baby mama.
Yeah, Drake, you got a nice list right there. The SZA, that's at the top one. You seen her new video, Hit Different, yeah. Like, I would definitely hit that different. I'm getting that new video from SZA.
Well, my thing I always say is, guys say that corny guys lose, but look at the corny guys who have bad girls. Like, Drake had bad lists. Nick Cannon had a bad
Cannon's list. Let's break down Nick's list. We're going to talk about these lists, yeah. And Nick, okay, he had Mariah Carey, of course, top of the list. They actually had babies with her. Yeah, Mariah, Salida Ebanks, Kim Kardashian, Nicole Scherzinger, Christina Milian. He got a nice list as well, too.
Another baby mama, yeah.
Nick got a nice list, yeah.
But people always like talk about these. They're corny. It's like, okay, well, corny guys get girls.
Corny dudes are winning. Russell pulled Sierra. Corny guys are winning right now.
Because they do be going on Russell saying he's a cornball. Why are they going on Russell so hard? I like Russell Wilson. They always go on and say
because I'm about to drop an inbox because he's not a real nigga.
He's not Future. That's why he ain't Future.
That word on this podcast.
He ain't Future. That's why people don't like him. And it's like, but I like what he has going on. I like, everything that he does on the field.
One N bomb for I'm allowing myself one every week. There we go.
Like the PG-13 F bombs and PG-13.
N bombs. That's why they don't like Russ.
You get one. One.
And the other time say he's a real ninja. I'll say that's when he's not a real ninja.
Sometimes you guys say it. Sometimes for emphasis, you guys say certain words. You have to say it for emphasis.
That one, I think it was appropriate there. Why I could catch them like Russ.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that he's cool. What he got going on. Since we talked to football, we can segue and talk about our Bears. Bears are 4-1 now. Go Bears!
They just won Thursday. They beat Tampa Bay.
Tom Brady.
Tampa Bay, yeah.
Yeah, they beat Tom Brady. We were having a little trouble with our internet because Comcast had to come out and fix it the next day. And, so Marcus was initially watching it on his iPad. He was pissed off. He's like, I'm not missing the Bears. He was mad. But then, we got it, working because it wasn't coming through or whatnot at first. It wasn't acting right. But he was like, I had to watch that. He's like, I had to watch Thursday Night Football with, Tom Brady. And people's like, they only won by one. They won at the end. We'll take a win. A win is a win, and the Bears are 4-1.
A couple of those wins were shaky, but they were still wins.
Yeah.
There's a couple of comeback wins, but they were still wins.
Still a W. Still a win. So go Bears.
Yeah, wins to win, yeah, but some of those wins were shaky, but a win's a win.
I'm just glad we beat Tom Brady because we've never beaten Tom Brady in his career. Every game that he's played against the Bears, he's beat the Bears every time.
That's because he's not with Belichick and the Patriots now. Now he's seeing with these Buccaneers. It's a different Brady. Now he ain't got Belichick on him.
I don't have a inflatable deflate gate.
Yeah, there's always something around the Patriots. It's like that team is like deflate or the spy gate when they were like it's always some bullshit around that team. And I'm not saying the Patriots weren't dope during the Brady era, but every couple of years there's some kind of weird scandal.
It's amazing.
It's like shit. They won a shitload of titles, but it was always some weird scandal every couple of years. Like the fucking Patriots.
Because I remember the first week away when they showed Brady sitting on the bench and the meme said, "Man, So
yeah, I wish Belichick was here to the.
So I gotta work, huh? I gotta work now, huh? I gotta work hard now. Whatever it says, something like that.
You know, I got Belichick and Robert Kraft's freaky old ass and shit.
And
the refs getting the massages with the happy ending.
Ew, that was so nasty. That was ill. I threw up in my mouth when I saw that. Ew. He's like 75 or so. He's like really old. It's like, yeah.
It's freaky old ass.
Why you still get happy endings at 75? That's like my thing. I'm not trying.
I guess billionaire old guys are different than regular old guys. When you got money, you do shit. He probably got his Viagra and everything. Like, yeah. Had his blue pills ready and shit.
Yeah, we saw Eyes Wide Shut. We know what goes down. We saw that movie.
Let's talk about that. I blame that 100% on our brother Feast. Like, this is good. Stanley Kubrick's Eyes Wide Shut. Tom Cruise, Nicole Kidman. Like it's like 3 hours fucking long. First of all, which I don't even know how we got through that. We just looked recent. We realized it was 3 hours. Like how? How, Sway? Like, how do we get to 3 hours?
48 minutes. And I'm like, that was a 3 hour movie. A 3 hour tour. It's like, it was a 3 hour movie. It's like
Gilligan and the Skipper. In this
how did we watch that? And it was terrible. And then I was like, and then my thing that I said, I'm like, wait. I said, I have to think about this. I said, if I get invited to a party, they say I have to wear a mask to go to the party. I'm not. And I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, like, you're all eyes wide shut now. Y'all walking around like the password.
If they would have had the curve, and I was like, I ain't going nowhere. I have to wear a mask. That's stupid. I was like, wait a minute.
Password.
So they were just social. Well, they weren't social distancing because they were like having orgies in the party. But spoiler alert, it's like 20 years later. But spoiler alert.
Not missing much. It's this mansion party that Tom Cruise like crashed and shit. And there was a bunch of freaky shit.
And there was an orgy party.
Like a masquerade orgy. That's what I'll call it.
Yeah. And everybody had on masks and they were like having orgies and
there's a bunch of rich, powerful motherfuckers in there. That's what.
Yeah. And the way the movie ended.
That happened in real life was Epstein. Let's go. I think that was real life and shit. Epstein was throwing real life eyes wide. Clintons were there. Trump is like, I was like, he was doing that shit in real life. They probably had masks on too and shit at the motherfucker.
That was Epstein.
Epstein.
So like we have to look back at. Well, I don't want to watch that movie again. But I say like it probably was clues, and if you look back, you can probably find clues in the movie where
Kubrick probably went to one. He probably based that character on himself. Like Stanley Kubrick, he probably was Tom Cruise. He crashed one of those. That's probably what happened. And then he said, "I'm gonna make a movie about this shit." he probably barely escaped, just like Tom Cruse's character.
And then that piano they were playing. It was a bad movie. And then at the end, when they say, "What are we going to do?" and then she says, "Fuck," and then the movie goes off. We were like, "What is this?"
It was all for him and his wife to fuck. That was like that was the end goal. They did all of that. He was with it. It was his real wife was his wife in the movie. Yeah, and like they were like having marital problems. Like probably weren't fucking. Is what I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So that was the end goal. Like, yes, what we do now, fuck, and then the credits rolls. It's like all of that to get so you can have sex with his wife. It's basically like Chris Rock's "I Think I Love My Wife," except like way more ridiculous. That's how that movie ended too, when he and his wife fucked because they weren't fucking. And he almost fucked Kerry Washington. Another spoiler. That's about a 10-year spoiler.
We don't fuck anymore. You the one on strike. When they would sing at the end, that was hilarious. I'm sorry.
A parody of Rick James and Tina Marie Fire and Desire. That's what it was like. Knockoff version.
They would do the notes. It was hilarious.
Knockoff version of Fire and Desire.
Hilarious. Fucking hilarious.
Let's stay on couples a little bit longer.
Yes.
You heard the scandal. Was this really a scandal about Jeezy and Jeannie Mai? Yeah. You see that story?
No, I didn't see it. What scandal?
It's like, because Jeannie Mai is saying that, which like, of course, a lot of black women got their necks rolled and they heard this. She's saying that she wants him to lead, like, in their marriage. Like, I want he's the leader, yeah. Basically, like saying, like, she wants to be submissive to her husband is basically what it was saying. Yeah. And like, of course, that got a lot of on both sides. Yeah, a lot of the hoteps were saying dumb shit too on both sides. A lot of that was going on. My timeline was lit after that story was posted. Shout out my guy Greg posted that shit.
First of all, and I'm gonna say this from a very because I can speak on this. I just celebrated my 7th anniversary.
Yeah, happy anniversary once again.
Thank you. I just celebrated.
I walked her ass down the aisle for those that
yes, he did.
Gave the bride away.
You were a good substitute. I'm glad that you were able to do that. Since Dad wasn't here, I'm glad you were.
Stepped in for our father. Rest in peace.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But as a person who is married, like my first thing when people like try to jump in and give their like no shade, but it's like unless you're in the position, you can't really speak on something that you're not in the position to speak on. You can't. Like marriage is different than like. Even if you like, you can live with somebody 20 years, 30 years. If you've never married, it's not the same thing. Marriage is different. It is.
Yeah, I'm just reading like the headlines now. Yeah. Jeannie Meyer once said she wants to submit to her husband Jeezy when married. Yeah, so but that's the headline. Basically, that's what. Yeah.
And the goofy thing that here's the thing about all of that is that when people try to go on the whole tangent, like, because like then you hear the other crowd be like, and that's why black men are not agreeing with black women anymore.
I can be transparent right now. I was just like Jeezy. I was once engaged to an Asian chick, just like
right. And I go like
that's the rumors that Asian chicks are like more submissive than American chicks. That's the thing, yeah. Especially black women.
Yeah,
like,
allegedly.
That's the thing, yeah. But women are women at the end of the day. Like I said, I was engaged.
But the thing,
women are women.
The best meme that I saw about that I saw a meme today, and I was like, they was like, black women don't have a problem being submissive, but you have to be a man first. I was like, like you gotta lead. Like you can't be like where you were living in your mom's basement before we got together, and now you're sitting on my couch playing PlayStation all day. And you can't be doing that. Expect to be like, well, you going to like, no, you have to lead. You have to be a man. Like, are you a man or not? Like,
meanwhile, Jeezy's net worth right now, according to Google, is $10 billion. So I'm just saying.
Thank you.
I'm just saying.
Thank you. And my thing that I've always maintained about, and even like going there, I'll go a step further. Like, I'm not saying that you have to make more than your woman.
You have to be a millionaire. I'll get what you said.
You have to make $1 billion. You have to even make more than your woman. But you have to be going out there and being a man.
Do your best. That's all you.
Do your best. You gotta be out there.
But for most women, I tell you, that's all they ask. Just do your best. It's like, yeah.
Oh, and I'll put another one.
Most cats, be honest, like most cats really doing their best. It's like who are like struggling out here. Like you could be doing more. You just don't want to give up your weed smoking time or your PlayStation time. It's like you could be doing more. It's like
earning your money legally. I'll say legally. Let's put that in there too.
That's all most women I know ask. It's like, I'm not asking you to be a millionaire. Just try your hardest. Do your best.
Try your hardest, and then be there that you want to provide for your family. Do what you need to do to provide for your family because kids are expensive.
But yeah, the timeline was that story when that story got posted, like from the Hotep side and from the sister side is lit.
And people get it twisted with like that's why I don't like using words.
Words submit is like it just sounds like especially the way it looks. Like I said, she's Asian, he's black. Submit. Asian women are like Asian women are like quote unquote docile. Is like all of that. Oh yeah,
like I said, you dated an Asian. Like she was not docile at all. She was not. No.
You think you're a talker? This chick could talk. Like I'm telling you. If I did this podcast with her, it would be 3 hours long every year.
She was not docile at all. She was not. The people on the surface, they look at her, they just think, oh, she's this and that. But then you get to know her, it's like, no, she was not submissive. She was not timid. She was not none of that. At all.
She respected me as a man, but I wouldn't say she was like intimidated.
And that's all it means to be is that you respect
let him lead. That's what it is. Yeah, let him be a man. Let the man.
I let my husband lead. My husband when he makes a certain decision about stuff, like so and then hey, daddy has spoken. But he gives me the same respect because especially when you got kids, we never are gonna tear down one another in front of our kids because when kids
y'all gotta have a united front.
We have to be united.
Let the kids play one against the other. That's where the bullshit happens.
The kids will divide and conquer y'all. They will divide and conquer you. Kids will. Because like if I say, Ariana, you can't do X, Y, Z, and then Marcus goes, Mommy's spoken. mommy said that you can't, like, I'm not, like, because, like, she tries to look to him, and he's like, I'm not going to be like, I overturn what mommy said. No, I'm not doing that.
I'm about to say, if you tell me that Ariana tried to wear a summer dress to a party, and I'm you told her no, so she wouldn't ask Marcus, and then you said, oh, yeah. And people say you look like who
people I'm talking about. I look like Claire, so yeah, okay.
And then Ariana is sad, and she's listening to a medley of "It's Not Easy Being Green."
Now I kind of want to reenact that scene. I kind of want to do that
down. Got to use the Kermit the Frog version of "It's Not Easy Being Green." That's what I'll use the Kermit's version. That's the only thing that was missing from the Cosby episode. Like they used like the jazz version. I'd had one with Kermit. Yeah. They probably didn't have the rights to that.
Bill Cosby, of course.
Cosby, and like they probably couldn't get the rights from the Henson family. You definitely couldn't get the rights now because fucking Disney owns that shit. But
yeah, Disney ain't giving them shit.
For fine for YouTube, like so we could use it for yeah. If you actually were trying to monetize the shit, you couldn't use because it's Disney.
Oh hell no, Disney ain't giving them nothing.
But for fun, I would use the Kermit the Frog version. It's not easy being green, you know.
I kind of want to do that
now. Daddy, you should wear this dress to the party.
Oh yeah, you look so pretty, princess.
I have other dresses. No, wear that one. I insist. You sure you insisting I'm wearing it? Yes, I insist you wear that.
And Daddy, that's why you gotta
wear it. When she got caught.
United front, you gotta be united, because if it's like one little, then they can play that. And even not even your children, like outside people can play that, can play y'all against each other. So you should be one. When you're with your spouse, you guys should be equally yoked. You guys should be one, and you guys should move together. You should. And I do believe, like I said, I believe that a man does need to be a man. Like my dad was a man. Our dad was a man.
Clearly, our household. Clearly the head. None of us try to play mom and dad against each other.
No.
That shit.
And then our grandfather was a man. He definitely led his household, our grandfather. So, I mean, this is what I grew up on. This is the examples I have for like.
Come from a long line of men leading.
Yes, strong black men. Let's emphasize that too. Strong black men lead in their households
like this
successfully.
Black men.
So I mean, I think that people just get caught up on words and they see submissive. I ain't gonna submit to you. Like not trying to funny, but like
they saw that and lost.
They get mad at that, and it's like.
And of course, the whole side too is like, see, yeah, I got to get me an Asian wife, yeah. Yeah, y'all sisters got way too much mouth.
And whenever a man says that, this is always my response. You say a woman has too much mouth, that means that you're just a bitch ass guy.
Woo!
I'm sorry, like you're a bitch ass. You can't handle me. Like I have some. Like I'm very nice and I'm very sweet, but I do have a switch. Like I call it, I have a bitch switch. And I have that, like I just flip the switch. When you flip my switch, I will let you know what I think of you. I will let you know that, because it's like you're not going to walk over me. You're not going to treat me like I'm nothing or whatever. But I'm also very respectful. Like I treat people how I want to be treated, and that's how I live. Like I treat you how I would want to be treated. And if I feel you're not respecting me, like, I give anybody like one, because it's like, okay, you could just be having a bad day. I get it. Like if everything happened wrong to you in the day, I get it. I'll just leave you alone, let you do your thing. But if you come at me again, try to wait a minute now. Like I don't know who you talking to with that. But when people say that, it's like, so let me get this straight. You're just not man enough to deal with somebody who has an opinion. Like he said in Coming to America, you want the Imani chick or whatever.
Yeah, no, it's whatever food you like. The chick from Zamunda chick. Yeah.
And you can't deal with somebody who has an opinion, who's gonna say, you know what? Maybe us going here is not the best idea. I think that's not a great idea.
Akeem's character got that in the movie because he was like, because his whole life he was surrounded by yes men.
Yes men.
So he was like, I don't want to be married to a yes woman. So like, yeah, he was surrounded like. Probably the only one in his life that wasn't a yes man was Simbi, which is why they were close. Like Simbi was the only one that spoke to him like a real person and shit. Like everybody else was like all these yes men.
You're the prince. You're the prince. You're the prince.
Yeah, rules bearers. Like greetings, Your Highness, and all of that.
Yeah, favors.
Yeah, bathers and shit.
The Royal
And he was like the one regular dude that he had in his life, which is why I think they bonded. Yeah, that's and then like
how to sing. She's a queen.
Yeah, he was another was a kiss ass. It's like he had way too many yes men in his life. So then when he met this chick, and then like okay, like what do you like? Whatever you like.
Whatever food you like.
Which to me, that's a bit of I won't say a plot hole. There's a little discrepancy in the writing right there because if this chick knows everything about him, then she should have just said like, let's say if his favorite food is chicken, should have said chicken. See what I'm saying? Like she should have known that, but I'll go with it for like story purposes.
Yeah, I've been trained to serve you. Yeah.
And that way, if she said, "What food do you like?" She would say, "Well, I like chicken, or I like shrimp, or whatever his favorite food was." Mm-hmm. He's like, "Okay, that's my favorite." Yeah.
I like antelope.
Yeah, it might have went over his head, like but the way she did, he's like, "Okay, this is hopeless." It's like,
you stop obeying me. No. No.
Anything I would do, you would do. Bark like a dog. That's why he looks at the camera like,
this is crazy.
That was just Eddie Murphy right there when he looked in the camera. That was just him.
Like, she just bark at me. Mm-hmm. But that's the thing. That's why I said
Lisa, because Lisa was like a regular chick. Yeah, she wasn't.
She was a New Yorker. Let's be real, New Yorkers.
New York, yeah.
New Yorkers are a whole different.
Regular chick from Queens. There you go.
She's a New Yorker. Like New Yorkers are like say like you got your New Yorkers, your Chicago, your LA. Like we all have different personalities. But if you go to certain cities and you meet a certain woman from that city, it's like okay, yeah.
Shout out, Cardi B. She's from the Bronx. Cardi B from the Bronx.
If you get a New Yorker, like I said, she was from Queens. Yeah. So
and Patrice were a couple of chicks from Queens.
Yeah, and that's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get okay. Like I like this American woman. She speaks her mind. So that's my thing that I ask a guy. So it's like, are you just man enough where you can't, go and have somebody? You can't take if somebody has a different opinion than you. Not even like you guys are fighting. It's like, okay, like I have a different opinion than you, and we're going to discuss it. You can't deal with that as a man. How you gonna go and compete in the real world? So if you can't deal with somebody with a different opinion than you, so are you ever gonna make it to that top level? Because
how do you go ask your boss for a raise like that?
How you gonna ask your boss or how you gonna pitch ideas? Like if you have somebody else who's vying for this position. And you gotta like get to your boss. Like how are you gonna go and navigate the real world? Because there's competition everywhere you go, and you need to know how to. You have to know how to spit. You have to know how to articulate and get your stuff out. But if you just are used to people just kissing your ass, and you don't have that structure now, you can be complacent. If you want to be complacent, then do you? You can stay at the one level. But if you want more in life, you want to have somebody, that challenges you. Like they say, behind every great man is a great woman. You need that great woman to.
But I wasn't all that bothered by Jeannie Bai's comments. I didn't think they were all that controversial until I saw my timeline. I was like,
because so
she's engaged. She's getting married. She was like, yeah, I'm gonna be submissive to my husband. Where's the problem? It's like
right. That's why I was like, you see, I totally missed that. And then I said, I guess
hear about the story. That's how crazy it was.
And I guess that's where that meme came from, when people said that. I did see that meme that said that black women don't have a problem with submitting, but you have to be a man first, though. Like black women don't.
Because of Jeezy and Jeannie Mai, I'm pretty sure that came directly.
Because I saw their meme like a while back when it was saying, and see, this is why black men go to Asia. And I'm like, oh my Lord. And just let's stop the stereotypes. Not all black women are neck rolling, cookie line. And not all black women act like that. Like
a cookie, or Lovita, or Lovita from Steve Harvey. Not all.
I think a more accurate depiction and like I said, this is so funny because like you said that people say that I look like her anyway. Like I'm more of I align like a Claire Huxtable. Like Claire Huxtable was professional, but then when you like tap into her, she tell Elvin, let me tell you something, Elvin. She would tap into you and let you know, like, let me tell you something.
Shout out Felicia Rashad. She was on the Breakfast Club.
Yes, I love her.
Great interview. Like that's somebody I would love to interview. I was jealous of Charlotte and envy.
I do too, because I just want to say, people say I look like you, so I want to, whatever he said, I want to hear you.
Yes, you look like you could be my daughter.
I'll be like, yay! But
yeah, I look at her daughter against her daughter. Kind of look like you. I got to look. I might favor each other. I got to look because her daughter is in acting now.
Kind of like yeah.
Yeah, I gotta see if you favor her.
Yeah, I'm like, so since y'all be doing Tyler Perry work, it's like if you ever need like an actress to play her daughter, like I could, Tyler, you can let me come over, Tyler, and let me go in there. But no, though, like you said, like how she told off Elvin about the coffee.
Yeah.
She told him off about.
Did it for him. I didn't think you did that because he kind of like alluded to the submissive thing and all that.
Yeah.
Really?
What do you mean serving?
Serving him? Like I didn't know. Yeah, really? You do that, Mrs. Huxtable?
I'm gonna get him some coffee like he got me coffee this morning because marriage is give and take. We give and take in marriage. That's what marriage is. Mm-hmm. And she told me you're not gonna have nobody giving you coffee ever. When she like went to that and like read him, it was like,
"What would you like in your coffee?" He's like, "Maybe I should get you some coffee." And Cliff was like, "Hey, if I was you, I wouldn't drink it.
I wouldn't drink the coffee." When she told me about the painting too, which she was like, "Yes, I'm buying the painting." Like, oh, you think that it's okay because Dr. Huxtable is a man that he said, no, my husband's not buying me the painting. I'm buying the painting myself.
It was important for her to do that because it was like one of her relatives, her great uncle, it had been out of the family for decades. She was like, I want to be the one to get it back in the family.
Brings it back, yeah.
She would pass it down to her kids and whatever. Like, you can stay in the family, yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, I want to be the one. Like, so I'm doing this on my own. Like Cliff is not part of this.
Not part of this. I'm doing this. And then when they looked at the price, okay, $7,000 to $9,000, and Cliff was like, "Okay, let's do it." Like, okay, you can do it, but you gotta be that. Another good one, and like I'm being funny. Aunt Viv version 1, she had that too because Aunt Viv she was professional, prim, and proper. But then when you tested her, she would read you too, like that's usually the more.
I did I can admit I like Uncle Phil better than Cliff Huxtable as I think he was a better head of his house. Like Cliff, like a lot of the Cosby Show men were handpicked. A lot of the men on the Cosby Show, I didn't like the way they were written. I like the way Philip Banks was written better. He was a real dude. I like Philip Banks better than Cliff Huxtable.
Like another one, like Carl Winslow was a man. He was like he had his house. The big kahuna.
And even his son had Eddie Winslow's girl.
He did this. You know why? Because I'm Mr. Action.
He get his head rocking like I'm the big kahuna.
And here, once again, these are more accurate portrayals of Black women. Like
Harriet Winslow's a strong one too. That's a good strong Black.
Yeah. Yeah. Black women, we're strong, but we're not like
when people version 1. The last Harriet never counted. Like Gina's mama never happened.
Gina's mama never counted.
She don't count.
But like you see, like that's
only one. It was 2 on Viv's, only one Harriet Winslow. I don't even count the other.
It got canceled, and no one remembers
that never happened.
No one remembers that.
We have 2 on Viv's. Like we never had a second.
We never had a second Harriet Winslow.
That never happened. Anybody who says it happened, like you're a liar. That never happened.
But people do like to try to make us be like we're ratchet and we're all like Cardi B, like we're all like that. It's like, but it's like more. So it's like more Black women are more like the women that I name. Where like we have like our professional, but then if you cross that line, especially if you mess with our children, you cross that line. You mess with our children.
Which is the perfect segue. We're not new to this. It's a perfect segue into the vice presidential debate. Let's do it. Yeah. So about the Black women that have professional demeanor, but can like switch it on. That happened a couple of times during that debate. I can admit now, like when it first aired, I went to sleep. I can admit I didn't see it like when it originally aired, and then when I woke up later that night to go do my overnight show, I just saw the timeline going crazy. So I went back and watched it because I was like, I wasn't interested in that debate. I was like,
I watched a little bit of it, like the later part of it, because I turned it on later.
I can admit, I fell asleep.
I was trying to put the kids to bed, like they didn't want to go to bed that night. Sometimes they go to bed early.
I did.
But I did see.
Yeah, like when I saw a fucking fly trending, I was like, okay, like. I really didn't miss anything.
I saw that real time.
I said if a fly is the most exciting thing about this debate, then I know I didn't miss anything. So then I watched it back and I was like, okay, it was decent. The debate was better than that debacle with Trump and Biden. I'll give you that. It's way better than that.
My phrase that came out of this, and I'm like, and as a Black woman, I'm speaking. I'm speaking.
See,
I actually said that last week to someone.
Did you see SNL? Maya Rudolph did it.
Yes.
I'm speaking.
I'm speaking.
I'm speaking.
I'm speaking. I'm speaking.
And because they, of course, like SNL, they gonna parody all of these debates.
I love Maya Rudolph. Maya Rudolph should permanently play Kamala Harris. I don't care what happens.
I think Beck Bennett played Mike Pence. I think that was him. I think Beck Bennett played.
And shout out Jim Carrey playing Joe Biden.
Biden, yeah.
I love you, whoever decided that Jim Carrey is the perfect Joe Biden. Because he has like the gun.
Yeah, the smile, Joe Biden.
The smile, yeah. Because Jim Carrey does have big teeth anyway, so he had like the smile.
And then they showed Jim. They did a parody of. I don't know if you saw
Jeff
that.
Goldblum,
yeah. They parodied it like Jim Carrey as Joe Biden. And then they had another fly, and it was like Keenan playing Herman Cain.
Herman Cain, ghost of Herman Cain.
Because yeah, you killed me at the rally.
You killed me.
And Herman Cain's ghost was playing.
But that was funny.
I've been reincarnated as a fly, and I was like, it was funny.
The Jeff Goldblum, because quick backstory about The Fly. I actually watched The Fly with Marcus.
The Jeff Goldblum version.
I watched the Jeff Goldblum version.
Mm-hmm.
So when Marcus was in film school, he had to watch The Fly. He had to break down the scene where he transformed into full fly. He had to break that down for one of his
film classes. Parody the transformation scene.
Yeah, when he was throwing.
Oh yeah, when he was vomiting the green shit.
Yeah. He had to do that. Marcus had to actually break down that whole scene. So then we watched the whole movie together. And when that part came on, I just remember being so grossed out. So then in class, just for fun, after that, like when he was telling the teacher, like, when he broke down like what they were using, like how they filmed the scene, and he had to break down all like the stuff that was going on, like from a filmmaker's point of view. And then at the end of his presentation, Marcus was like, yeah. So I was watching at the time, said we were just dating. He was like, yeah, I was watching with my girlfriend. And he said, I looked at her and asked, would you be with me if I turn into a fly? He was like, would you stay with me still if I came?
That's some white. I'm playing a race right now. That's some white people shit there. Yeah. Martin Lawrence did a bit way back when in the 90s. So he said,
and I was like, well.
Instead of big black people, was like, there's no way a sister is staying with them. Like, if he turns into a fly, and he's like, like, yeah, we ain't gonna work. He's like, yeah, she's like, we ain't gonna work.
And he said, because I think I gave like the politically correct answer. I think I said that I would try and get him treatment and get him help. I was like, try and get him treatment to help him.
Get him help a can of Raid, goddamn. That's the help.
But that was so freaking funny. Like the I'm speaking, but speaking of, like I said, like we talked about Claire Huxtable, she has several faces, like I said, because they made a whole meme chart, like the 9 faces. The whole
time and shit, yeah.
Yeah. And they're like the side, even when Maya Rudolph said, I'm going to do the first look I'm going to give is when I'm in TJ Maxx and the white lady asks, do you work here?
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going to switch to the side-eye Claire Huxtable. When you switch to the side, every black woman has made that. Every one of us knows what that side eye means. As soon as I saw that side eye, I was like, "Oh yeah, we've all done that. That side eye. You know exactly what it is. Like we have a black mother, you have a black sister, so you know exactly what that look means when we do this mother. And my thing about the whole debate stuff is, I just want them to. I don't think it should be any more in-person debates.
Oh, Trump already said he wasn't doing. You saw it.
He's not going to do it.
It's a waste of my time of virtual debates. They're not even going to have us. I hope they don't have any more presidential.
He's a punk because he's scared. Because basically, how would he be able to get his point? How would he be able to talk over Joe Biden if you are in virtual? Because in virtual, you just going.
Let's be honest, the motherfucker still hasn't tested negative, like, to the best.
He hasn't, and then his doctors, they out there lying. Like they're just, his health is no concern. They out there lying. They are. Come on.
He was on Fox on Hannity. He was coughing and shit. Like he's not looking good.
He's not well.
He's coughing and shit. Yeah.
And it shows how bad that is that even his own son, Don Jr., even his son, his flesh and blood. Like I say, I think that he's a complete douche. His son, but I agree with him on this because he said that he thinks that his father. Like, they need to have an intervention around him because he's not himself. He was like, he's becoming unhinged. And he's like, we need an intervention around him.
COVID, that's what.
He even said that his own son is like, look, we need to do something about Dad. But then Ivanka
motherfuckers about to have a rally in Florida. Like, come on.
Yeah, Ivanka and what's the other one's name? Eric. They're like, oh no, Dad, you look great. They just keep on giving him that false, and it's like that false hope. Like, you can't give people, like, if you were obviously ill and then you start going out of your mind, I'm not gonna be like, Oz, you're good. I'm gonna be like, look, Oz, we gotta talk. I'm gonna tell you what it is. I'm gonna tell you real talk. I'm not gonna massage your ego. I'm not gonna do that to you.
But what do you think about the debate? Like, before we run long. And shit.
Oh yeah, I saw a little bit. Like I said, I saw at the end of it. Like I saw when the fly came on his head, and I just was laughing.
I ended up watching the whole thing back, and I watched here. It's like tip for people that want to avoid the noise and the bullshit. The best way to watch the C-SPAN version.
Okay.
The C-SPAN is nonpartisan. They just gonna give you like, all right, here's the debate. Yeah. We watch Fox, they're gonna give the Fox opinion. You watch NBC, they're gonna give their. You watch CNN, they're gonna give their opinion. Yeah. It's like, but yeah, C-SPAN, like they just like
C-SPAN. Okay, that's where I'm gonna go. C-SPAN.
I watch the C-SPAN.
And here it is. Here's the debate. I'm gonna look back. Like, well, if we do have any more debates, which I doubt now.
The C-SPAN is just there. They just nonpartisan. They just they run all the political stuff without putting
just the facts. Just the facts.
Yeah.
Just the facts.
Here it is. And you make your own opinion about it. Like, here's this.
A little bit that I did see, like I said, I saw it maybe at the last, like, 25 minutes or so. I saw it the last of it. Mm-hmm. And what I did see, it looked like they both did dancing around questions. They both danced around questions.
Both of them, they did some juke moves.
They did a tango.
They
did a little tango on it. They did that.
They footworked a little bit.
Yeah.
Little footwork in there.
But
it's one thing that what's the name? I give credit what credit is due. Pence do his shit. I give you that. Like, whereas like he wasn't just making up shit. Like he actually had his facts ready. I give you that. Mm-hmm. It's like, but like I said, the shit he didn't want to answer, he would just go. He answer some other shit. It's like answer say, yeah, well, I'm gonna go back to this other question. Like,
another thing I didn't like when the moderator says, "Okay, Oz, you have 2 minutes to prove your point," and you're like, yes, and Naima, I like to just say that I like your new hairstyle today, and then you just you talk for like about 45 seconds about nothing that has. Okay, now you lost 45 seconds. That's almost half your time. You only have 2 minutes. Mm-hmm. You need to do the whole 2 minutes. You don't need to do theatrics in front of it.
Go right into it. It's only 2 minutes.
It's the 2-minute thing, and then like I heard that too many times. Like when he was speaking, the moderator say, "Okay, that's 2 minutes."
The moderator was kind of trash. Yeah, like
she was weak.
She wouldn't because people keep going and shit. It's okay, your time's up, Mr. Vice President, but he's gonna get his point though. Like, which it's like the Oscars when they play the music and
this is what they need to do.
No, I'm gonna get my. This is for all the black women that came before Halle Berry. So
Halle Berry. No, I'm going to have my point, and I grab my honey. I'm going to have my point
because she played the music a couple of times on Pence, and he's like, no, "I'm gonna get my point across." That happened a couple.
This is what they needed, the moderator, and this is just my idea for the future. The air horns that they have at basketball games, when you're like, they need to have those. That's what they need to play. Like if you. And then, like, if you just want to keep on talking, I'm just gonna hold the and just hold the air.
An actual clock on the screen, 2 minutes, like and like it counts down on the. And the horn goes off at 0. Do it like sports for real.
I said, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna hit
have an actual clock on the screen, or like that they can see it.
And I'm gonna hit it one time, and like it's a difference. Like if you just complete your thought, like yes, and then so. And you finish like that, but if you just keep on trying and you just keep on trying to talk, then I'm just gonna hold the horn and I'm just gonna play it over you while you're talking, so people can't even hear you. That's what they need to do, because it needs to be better control with that. It does. Mm-hmm. And then I did like that. While like if he says something that she was like that she thought was a direct contradiction of something that he said, then she, you saw her. Mm-hmm. You saw her writing her notes, and that's what you do in a debate. That's what a debate does. Like if you say something that
take I know, notes so that way you can come back to it. Which Prince did a couple of times. Like I said, he was writing too, and then he would which is why he would like say, "What do you think about whatever?" And then he'd go back to the other topic. He's like, "Yeah, well, I'm gonna get to that, but like, let's talk about this abortion shit or whatever." Like it'd be like that. Like it was some shit he wrote down earlier. Like he did. Mm-hmm. They were both.
I do like that when you write your notes because. That's what a debate is. Like, you have to let your person speak, and you will have your time to rebut them. Like, you can do your rebuttal. But you have to let the person speak, because you just don't cut them off. That's rude. You just don't cut people off. In real life, you can't do that. Like, I like the meme where it said, like, people have gotten too comfortable with this keyboard stuff, because in real life, if you do it to somebody, you might get punched in the mouth. You might get punched in the mouth on real shit. You might.
Is that a Mike Tyson quote, or is that made up? I saw somebody post a picture of Mike Tyson with that. I don't know if Mike.
I don't know if he said that, but
it sounds like something he would say.
It sounds like he would say.
But I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to give credit to Mike Tyson for that one, whether he said it or not. We're going to say it was a Mike Tyson quote.
But it is true, though. That's what it was. It was Mike Tyson, because I just saw the meme, and I just saw that quote in the meme. I saw that
today, yeah. And I don't know if he actually said it or not, but yeah, we'll give him credit.
But that's true, though, because people have gotten very comfortable with hiding behind their keyboards and thinking that they're untouchable. And then in real life, you wouldn't act like this in real life. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't do this for real, but I did like that Kamala was up there, and like she held her own from what I saw.
It was pretty even. Like they both had equal time. Like they timed it, and like nobody talked longer because they both had the time but they both talked was pretty equal.
And I like that she said her thing about like, I'm the only one who is qualified to make a statement with so and so. She's like, you're not going to attack my record. And, and she like, that's when.
Ask her about her prior record as a prosecutor. He did put that on.
And that's when I saw her thing. And it's like, how's your record as a governor? How's Indiana? How was Indiana? Like, let's talk about that. Let's talk about your record. It's like, I did like that she stood up for herself, but always, like I say, as a Black woman, I can speak of this as a Black woman. It's different if you express emotion, because you have to find that, it's like a Venn diagram. You got to find that balance of, I'm going to get my point across, but I can't come off angry. You have to find that balance as a Black woman, because like as a Black woman, you're not allowed to, if you like go off like we saw that on Girlfriends. Like I've been watching Girlfriends on Netflix. And when Joan raised her voice in her meeting, she was the only woman in there. And then it was just her and William, I think the only Black people in there. So, and then when she raised her voice, and it was like, now you're the angry Black woman. And that's what it becomes. Like if you do raise your voice and try to express yourself, you're the angry Black woman. But it's like, as a guy, you can do that, especially if you're a white man. You can really like go and like really, you're passionate. Like you say, even like in football, like if a white quarterback celebrates, he's just passionate. If a Black quarterback celebrates, he's cocky.
Cocky son of a bitch, yeah.
If Cam Newton did, he's cocky, right? So
Cam, because he was all he do it.
The Superman thing, yeah, the Superman. Mm-hmm. But if Brady does it, then it's like, oh, he's just passionate about his team and this and that. It's like,
when Tim Tebow's garbage ass used to do his little prayer and all that.
How come his kneeling was okay? Let's go. He did. He did. How come that was okay?
Up on that note, on Tim Tebow's garbage ass. Appreciate you supported Not Another Damn Podcast. Yeah. I think we'll call this one a super fly, because that fly just wouldn't go away.
I'm your mama, I'm your daddy, I'm that in the alley.
Super fly was just chilling there. If you like what we're doing with Not Another Damn Podcast, support us further by going to our Facebook fan page, give that a like, thumbs up, all of that. Also, subscribe, share, rate, review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, TLC Talk Radio. What up, Tasha? Tasha's back on the market, fellas, too. So shoot your shot. I'm just saying.
What connection?
I'm just trying to hook you up, Tasha. I'm just saying.
What connection?
Also, you can get at us on YouTube as well too if you want to see our foolery. Yeah, you don't want to just hear our voices. You can see us on YouTube. All of this ignorancy. And on the Amazon Alexa devices, you can get us on there as well, too, using the voice. So we got visuals, we got voices, we got everything. Yeah, so also follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook as well. And if you want your 90s and 2K classics for the music, then you better log on to ozradio.net. Check out my streaming station, The Bomb, streaming live right now.
And you can check me out, MSIMA8626 on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Also, STR8GULLEY1 on Twitter, STR8GULLEY7 on Instagram. Also, like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page. Check out straightgully.com for your blogs and your vlogs. And for your video production needs, check out straightgullyproductions.com.
Well, I'm Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
We will talk to you later.
Bye.
I'm gone.